Hello friends, now we are going to study the swing equation. Swing equation is the most important topic of power system stability. By this equation you can deal all the power system stability concept and all the power system numerical. So what is swing equation basically? Swing equation is nothing but basically it is TA is equal to Tm minus Te. Means Ta is what? Ta is accelerating torque, Tm is mechanical torque, and Te is torque, basically electromagnetic torque. So Ta is equal to Tm minus Te is equal to I d2 del by dt2. So this is in mechanical domain. This is in total mechanical domain. These all are torque basically. So now when we will multiply by omega s, so when we will multiply by omega s into Ta is equal to omega s into Tm minus omega s is to Te is equal to omega s into I into d2 del by dt2. So here what we can see, omega s into Ta is convert to be Pa. So this will comes in power in electrical domain. Pa is equal to Pm minus Pe is equal to omega s into I will be equal to m. M will be angular momentum. So d2 delta by dt2. I am writing here one by one. So omega s is synchronous speed. I is moment of inertia. I is moment of inertia. And Ta is accelerating torque. Accelerating torque. Tm is mechanical torque basically. Mechanical torque. And Te is basically electromagnetic torque. These are the different types of torque has been given. Now Pa is equal to Pm minus P is equal to m d2 delta by d. This m is angular momentum. This m is angular momentum. And we can also write Pa is equal to Pm minus Pe is equal to m into alpha is equal to m into d2 delta by dt2. What I have been written here is d2 delta by dt2 will be equal to alpha. So Pa is equal to Pm minus P is equal to m into alpha. So this is basically the swing equation. So this is the swing equation. You always remember this formula. So how this formula is important while dealing with rotor angle stability, now we are going to discuss. So we know that the kinetic stored energy, we know that the kinetic stored energy is equal to half into I into omega square. And we also know that the kinetic energy is equal to the kinetic energy is equal to kinetic energy is equal to half into, so this will be half into m into omega. So kinetic energy is equal to half into m into omega, and we also know that the kinetic energy will be directly proportional to its rating. Its rating means we can say G or S, and this will be in MVA. Means we know that the larger in size the generator, the MVA rating would be that high, so the kinetic energy would be that high. So we can represent kinetic energy is equal to H into G, where H is nothing but H is inertia constant. And always remember H is inertia constant, and whose unit is in megajoule per MVA. In general, basically joule MVA, joule per VA होगा, but here it will be megajoule per MVA. So H into G. Kinetic energy is equal to H into G. Now we are going to equate this equation. So H into G is equal to half into M into omega. So what we can get is from here we want to find out the value of M. So M will be equal to 2GH upon omega. So we know that in electrical terms 2GH upon 2 pi F. So M will be equal to cut 2 cancel out, it will be GH upon pi F. So M is equal to GH, the unit will be megajoule second per electrical radian. So this is the unit of M. So this is how we will calculate the value of M. Now we are going to see how the swing equation is working. So let us assume we have PE is equal to P max sine delta, means a generator is delivering 10 megawatt to the load. What does it means? It means we have load that is 10 megawatt and we are taking lossless system. Lossless means there is no active power of loss. So here it will be generator. So if the 10 megawatt is demand, it means the generator would be generating, means the PM will be equal to 10 megawatt. So what is happening exactly? This 10 megawatt is converting its energy to kinetic energy. Then from kinetic energy, means kinetic energy basically mechanical. So from kinetic energy to here. So it will be 10 megawatt. So we can say that there is a concept of P delta curve will come here. This will be, if this is delta and this is P, so we know that PM is equal to 10 megawatt. In terms of power, it is Y is equal to 10, you can say. So this will, the graph of PM will look like this. The graph of PM will look like this, and P is equal to basically P max sine delta. Whatever the electricity has been delivering, that is P max sine delta. So we can represent like this. So this is the graph of your PE is equal to P max sine delta, where it is the graph of PM. Means at any point the two values are being same. So let us assume if this is P max and at this point P naught is equal to PE naught, means naught means initial, and let us assume our angle is delta naught. So the 10 is generating, so 10 is equal to there would be like P max value and there will be delta value. So PM naught is equal to PE naught. So wherever the mechanical input, the electrical output will come, that will be the stable point. And now generator is delivering 10 megawatt power. P is equal to basically P max sine delta here. So this is the graph, this is the P delta curve. On P delta curve we represent both mechanical as well as electrical angle. So now what is happening exactly means, if our load is 10 megawatt and mechanical input is 10 megawatt, means mechanical input is 10 megawatts, means it is first converted to the kinetic energy, then in electrical energy. So I am writing here kinetic energy basically. So when our load was 10 megawatt, our mechanical input is 10 megawatt. Let us assume two cases. On the first case we will take load constant. When we are taking load constant, means we will increase or decrease the mechanical power input. So initially at stable level our demand was 10 and our input supplied was 10 megawatt. Now if mechanical input has been increased to 12 megawatt, so mechanical value has increased. So now we are taking the help of swing equation. So see guys, here PA is equal to PM minus PE. So before disturbances, our generator was operating on this here in this diagram, or operating was here. So PM naught is equal to P naught. So before it was PA was something 10 minus 10 is equal to 0. So PA is equal to 0 watt megawatt. Basically PA is equal to 0 megawatt means the rotor has not accelerating power, not decelerating power. It is running with smooth constant speed. Now if the disturbance occurs means PM value has increased. PM value increased means our rotor speed has increased, so the delta value will increase. So the delta value will increase. So let us see how. PA is equal to PM minus PE. PM minus PE. We are taking load constant. So PM value we are increasing. So PA value will increase means accelerating torque will be applied on the rotor. So here M alpha means alpha will be equal to positive means at rotor the accelerating torque will be present and the rotor will start accelerating. So NS we have discussed earlier that the NS will always be constant and NR will start increasing. So NR will start increasing, so delta will be increasing. So delta will be increasing means whenever we will find there is any kind of speed variation means if we increase the mechanical input, so the delta value will increase when our load is constant. When we decrease the mechanical input, when we decrease the mechanical input, let us assume 8 megawatt. So what will happen if 8 megawatt means mechanical input has increased means we can see from here PA is equal to PM minus PE. If mechanical input has decreased, so PA value will be negative basically. PA value will be negative means M alpha is be negative. So alpha will be negative means what is happening with this, if alpha is negative means the decelerating torque would be applied on the rotor, so the rotor will start decelerating means the initially same was ns is equal to 1500 and nr is equal to 1500, nr is equal to 1500, and now the ns speed is constant throughout the stability point now we have discussed. Now nr value is decreased when mechanical input has been decreased. So nr value is decreased means this delta value will be reduced. When delta value will reduce, so we have seen that if we are increasing the mechanical input when our load is constant, so delta value is increasing, and when is load the constant and we are if decreasing the mechanical input, so delta value is decreasing. So this is the first point. Now I am going to discuss when our load will be variable and PM will be constant. Case number 2 means when load is constant, when PM is constant basically and load is variable, and load is variable basically, and the when is load is variable means I'm drawing the diagram here, that is lossless system and this, and now PM was initially at rest, PM was 10 megawatt and PE is equal to 10 megawatt. Okay, so PM is equal to 10 megawatt, PE is equal to 10 megawatt initially. So PA is equal to PM minus PE, so 10 minus 10 is equal to 0. Without any disturbance, there was no accelerating or decelerating torque on the rotor. But what happened when the load has been increased or decreased? So when load has increased, so PA is equal to PM minus PE. First point is when the load is increased. When the load is increased, so initially this input is constant, so PE value will be negative. So PE value will be negative means the decelerating torque will be applied on the rotor and the rotor will start decelerating. So when NS is constant and delta is reducing, so delta is reducing when load has been increased when PM is constant. So second point is when PE has been decreased, then we will calculate the value of PE is equal to PM minus PE. Let us assume first case was 12 megawatt when we increase. Now third case is second case basically 8 megawatt. So when we decrease, this is decreasing case, this is increasing case. When we decrease the value of PE, so the PA value will be positive, and we know that this will be M alpha and the accelerator will be positive, and the accelerator will feel the positive acceleration means it will start increasing. The speed of the rotor will start increasing, so ns will be constant and the rotor will always be increasing, so the delta value will start increasing. So in case of when PM is constant and load is variable, basically when the load has been increased, when the PE value is increased, when PM is constant, then the delta value will reduce, and if the PE value has been reduced, then the delta value will increase. So this is the major point have to be discussed on sink equation. So this is all about the sink equation. Now we are going to deal with few equation. Thank you.